put the front plate on, and as I predicted, everything fell into place except this mechanism right here. And just to get in there with a toothpick and move the other part in there until the sort of nub sat down in there, and then move this around until the post sat in the front plate. So now that I got it to here, I'm going to add the days of the week, this wheel with the days of the week on. Now this presses on just like an alarm hand would on an alarm clock. But you see this little piece of metal right here, and that's important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on there, and then I'm going to reach through one of these little circles and push that little piece of metal back, and then let go and turn it, and it'll slide down into place where it's supposed to be. So notice this wheel is only supposed to go one way. That little piece of metal is keeping it from going backwards. So once I got that placed, then I can put the face on and follow that up with the hands. So one thing that I need to mention is, so here's the top where that little space is for the face. So down here's where the windows are going to be, where you see the day of the week and the date. And it's actually pretty easy to move the date, okay? But in order to move it from day to day, you have to go all the way around, turn the time all the way around. So what I'm going to do is, let's say that it's Monday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this so it's set for say Saturday, and then when I set it, it'll move forward and be closer to Monday. I won't have to keep turning the hands round and round the clock to get Monday to come up. So I can also do that with days, the number wheel on the outside here, get it close to where it should be at the bottom, but that's not as much of a pain in the butt as turning this inner wheel. So now I got that, I can put the face on it like that. And I really just need the hour hand, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the hour hand and the minute hand on at 12 o'clock. So the next step is we've got to set this thing so that it changes, the day of the week and the date changes when we want it to. What I did for all my almanacs I've rebuilt is I had it change at 12 midnight. So the way we do this is we've got to put on the knob for the time set knob, and then we've got to wind it through. And what we're looking for is we're looking for when the day and the date start to change. And when they start to change, I'm going to take the hands off and I'm going to realign them at 12 midnight. And what that's going to do is it's going to mean that when the clock is in operation, it's going to start to change at 12 midnight. And it takes, like, there we go. So you might have seen that Saturday just slipped a little bit. Okay, so so what I want to do now, since it's starting to change, is I want to put this back, take the hands off, and realign them at 12 midnight. So like I say, you don't actually have to put on the minute hand. I don't know why I do. Just makes sense to me. So now when I put these back on at 12 midnight, it'll be set up so that in operation, the day of the week and the date is going to change at 12 midnight. And the idea, you can have it change any time of the day you want. The idea is at 12 midnight, I would be asleep. So it wouldn't really matter that it was halfway in between dates. I could also do this at 3 in the morning, same thing. But that's up to you. So now that I have this, now what's going to happen is at 12 midnight, it's going to start to change when it's in operation. You see it takes like 2 hours for it to fully change. Now, if it's Monday, I'm going to have to keep going around past the 12 and back to the 12 to get it to Monday. So this is, but this is close enough for what I need it to be. So this is 12 noon, Sunday the 20th. All right, so once I've got that established, then I can put on the sweep hand. And then finally, I can put on the lens and the bezel. One thing that's interesting about the Almanac here is that the inner bezel here doesn't have any corresponding indentations in the front plate. It's just wherever you want it to go. So that makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to line the bezel up with anything. It's just wherever you feel like it. So now that I've got that, I can add the outer bezel. And then I'm all set up to put the rotor back on and to put the coil back on. Sometimes you gotta work for it.